Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Thursday, the 9th of July, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, British sprinter cries foul, and in our feature for this evening, we go back into the archives and its football finals from the year 2014. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to build and maintain sporting facilities for recreational activities throughout the island. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, NIVIS.
Be a responsible citizen.
Well, I'm back, and we start with some sad news in athletics. British sprinter Bianca Williams said she had never had to experience anything like this after being stopped by police in her car in London. Williams, 26, and her partner Ricardo dos Santos have accused the Metropolitan Police of racial profiling and acting violently towards them. It's a really sad world that we live in, and it's not one black man. When it's not one black man, it's another black man, a tearful Williams said on BBC Radio 5 Live. My heart just hurts. Williams said she and Dos Santos, who had their 3-month-old son in the car, are considering legal action. She added, it was just weird that we were treated that way, and what hurt me the most was me being dragged away from my son. Williams and Portuguese 400-meter record holder Dos Santos, 25, fear that they were targeted because they are black and drive a Mercedes. Police said the vehicle had been on the wrong side of the road and the driver sped off when asked to stop. Officers were patrolling in the Maida Vale area because of an increase in youth violence. A police statement said officers from the Directorate of Professional Standards have reviewed both footage from social media and the body-worn footage of the officers and are satisfied that there is no concern around the officers' conduct. However, Williams, who says she has been left really shaken by the incident, insists at no point did we drive on the wrong side of the road or speed off. We didn't want to get out of the car because of how their behavior was. They had batons ready, and it was scary. You worry about your life when the police are acting that way. We had a baby in the car, the European and Commonwealth relay gold medalist said. My partner got dragged out of the car. They handcuffed him straight away and pinned him up against a wall. I didn't want to be separated from my 3-month-old son, and they put me in handcuffs straight away too. It's just nasty, and the police were talking to him, Ricardo, as if he was scum, as if his life didn't matter. The police always said to him, you look like someone we're looking for. How can you afford a £60,000 car? You look very suspicious. Dos Santos and Williams say police handcuffed them while their son was in the car and carried out a search that lasted 45 minutes. My question is, when will it end? We'll take this break, and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikesha Henry and I am an ambassador with the Newcastle Bay Foundation. I have exciting news to share. As we recognize Plastic Free July, the Newcastle Bay Foundation invites everyone to participate in its Facebook challenge. It's as easy as DTP. D. Download and use the CleanSwell app to record the items being collected. T. Take photos or videos which show how you avoid using single-use plastics and how you clean up single-use plastics from the environment. P. Post pictures on the Newcastle Bay Foundation Facebook page between July 1st and July 15th. Winners in various categories will receive prizes including a laptop, a smartphone, and a tablet. Remember, in order to qualify, use the CleanSwell app. DTP. Need more information? Visit our Facebook page at Newcastle Bay Foundation or call us at 660-1154 for the terms and conditions.
Well, I'm back, and tonight football is in the spotlight. The year was 2014, and Highlights International took on Bath United in the local football finals. Let's take in some of the action.
Well, we join you at the E.T. Willett Park, and the Triple C Bath United in the fight of their life, trying to make sure that they have a third game. They're leading at this point 2-1, and we're into the second half. Remember that Highlights won the first of the best of 3 in these finals. Highlights, of course, missing the services of one Adrian Williams, who is in Trinidad doing a stint of training, and he'll be there for a couple of months in the first instance. But and that's compliments of the Nevis Island government. I think they made a contribution of 51% towards that trip. And then we also had SKNAA, and then we also had the SKNOC. Here's back on the offensive, knocked away by the Highlights team. 2-1 is the score, and that's the situation here. So Pasterna would be under the gun for the moment, 2 goals down, and Highlights, the team that I think would have only lost 1 game so far for the entire season, really trying to make a comeback here. They would have won the first, and so flowing for Highlights. And I must show you the crowd. It's not quite the crowd that hill. He's on the offensive, nobody home. He just drove and really off target, the Akbo. And his mom was already getting excited. There she is. And the crowd, as I was telling you, not quite what it was for the St. Kitts games, St. Kitts Nevis Football Association games, but certainly a great crowd for finals. And they're all here in their numbers. So, Akbo once more. You could hear his mom shouting in the crowd here. Take your time, settle the ball is the call from her mom, who sounds like she knows what she's talking about. Now this could be interesting. This could be interesting. Oh, well saved. Well saved. That was Farrell making the crowd sing and hum. And that was Pass really doing great work there in terms of saving that. He was in the right position at the right time, because it was a beautiful left booter from the boot of Dale Farrell. And he is here on the run once more. Dale Farrell excited! Well, Pasterna is not happy. He managed to save it, but he's asking his defense, what's going on here, guys? Too much pressure on me alone. The crowd is humming. The crowd is humming. Pasterna, not a happy trooper. Corner kick now to Bath. He's under more pressure. Well, 2-1. Bath coming out really singing tonight. 2-1. They want a third game. And Alex Claxton decided earlier that was going to be the case. So he just didn't get to latch onto it. I think he was too eager. And suddenly Highlights under pressure here. Lots of pressure too. The ball being knocked around. Drives it now. Wide on the left flank. And the man is passing it. Oh, he slips, he falls over. Well. So it must be a little slippery out there. Highlights on the offensive. Can they equalize? Goalkeeper grabs onto it. Well, the crowd is singing. The crowd is humming. It's a lot of excitement here. Certainly they're enjoying it. They're enjoying this game. Pressure on both goalies now. Highlights setting up the play once more, going forward. He's unmarked for the moment, pushes it, and knocked back now. Defense for Bath, clicking into action. Here he goes on the offensive now, setting up the play. Well stopped by the defense for Highlights, and so the exchanges are fast and furious. Trips it now, nicely headed, nice work, but he slips as well, and so it must be a little slippery out there. He decides to knock it out, and so the excitement mounts here at the E.T. Willett Park, giving the advice there. The coach is on the bench, very agitated. Alex Claxton always seems so calm. Not so calm tonight. He's giving instructions now. He wants this game. He wants it badly too. And so what a match we've had so far. 2-1. Excitement on both sides of the field. As here goes. And was that a foul throw or what? It would appear as well, or the referee wasn't quite ready. So, seems as if we have some officials from St. Kitts. That's the way it looks from this distance. during this game. It's going to be a throw now for the highlights team. There we go, Bath. That's Shelly Taylor in the background, screaming her support for her team. Surprised she didn't say, let me go Akbo, because it's more support for Akbo than Bath. But it's all about Bath right now. Triple C Bath United leading 2-1. Highlights trying to equalize, and real excitement here at the ETW. Serious excitement. Both teams anxious. Highlights wants to make it a final game, and Bath wants to make sure that there's a third game. 2-1. Bath still leading here, trying to set up the play now, trying to go forward, taken away from him. He tries to regroup. Ooh. And the managers push it onto the left flank, right flank that is. And here goes. He tries, gets it, Akbo, chips it. Man slides. This is dangerous. Oh, he decides to go high. And this time, Pass congratulates him, telling him, okay, I'm satisfied with that. But, you know, those could be dangerous plays, because had it gone low, he could have scored on his own goalie. It was a dangerous play, but it was desperation times. It was too close for comfort. He decided to knock it over the crossbar. Corner kick now. Corner kick for Bath. Dale Farrell. Last time he went wide. How close will he go this time? He goes flat and cleared. So good work there by the highlights men. Now they're on the offensive. Are they? Well, headed. Still pushing. And really defending stoutly their Bath, because for one moment highlights look as if that had gone clear. Bath comes over with it. Really playing serious football, these teams. Both teams anxious to be in control of this game. Bath leading by a narrow 1-goal lead for the moment. Passes after it, allows it to go out. And the pressure again on the top goalkeeper. And the pass would have said that he's very difficult to score on, which may be true, but 2 goals have gone in so far. So, lots of advice from the crowd. Ball being knocked around and knocked out. So let's look at the crowd again. It's not quite into primary standards, but certainly a good crowd for football. Football Association would be very happy with this kind of a turnout. After all of the controversies and problems we have had with football on Nevis, what a way to end the season! Boom! Here's a chance! Oh, wow! What a close call! Well! Pass is not happy this time around. Well, the upright moved. Well, if the upright didn't move, well, it's my goodness, what a game you're having. Another corner kick. That upright seemed to have moved to make sure it didn't go in. Well. Good kick, great kick, knocked away nicely. Great defensive work once more by highlights. A little bit of a dummy there, trying to go forward. Will he allow it to go to his goalie? Nope. Knocked in by the highlights player. They were waiting for it to go. Going on the offensive now. Clears nicely. Headed, chested, I should say. And a little bit of a handball. No whistle. So, highlights fighting their way here. Trying for ball control. Trying to go forward. Knocked hard. Back towards the goalie. Pass can hold on to it. He's playing around a bit. Passes off to the man on the right flank, who drives into it nicely. Nicely controlled, but taken off him quickly. So Akbo gets it away, but loses it, and too hard. The goalie's in control. He can hold on to it, I think. It didn't come from one of his players. Now he's playing around with it. And he's being watched closely here by that man from highlights. He should go for it, and he's going to. What will he do, the goalie? Finally holds on to it. Just playing around a bit. Now he's going to drive into it in terms of the goal kick. Very poor goal kick, not the big boot into that one. Headed now nicely. Headed again by Bath. Drives into it. Not the best kick in the world. No. Highlights responding. Man going forward. Dangerous play.
And chips it on the, well, it pushes him away. That was deliberate. That was definitely deliberate. They're going to get a free kick. Number 10 pushed him away. Somebody's calling for number 10 for the Castle team to be taken off. And so it's a chance here for highlights. How will the Bath team deal with this? The referee not counting off in terms of the steps for the wall. Well, let's see what happens here. Heads go up. It's Bath getting a head on it. And kicks it way down to Cedar Trees. Well, you remember that one with pass, that upright certainly moved. I thought it was a sure goal. Pass was stranded. And it seemed as if the upright moved and allowed the ball to pass. Well. Didn't want more excitement than that. The man goes down again. Looks as if it's against Bath once more. It's going to be another free kick. And don't seem too happy with the call there by the referee, but that's how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. So, 2-1. Bath desperately trying to hold on to the lead and even make it a bigger lead. Highlights desperately trying to equalize. And so, I think even if it's a drawn game, they must go to game 3. So Highlights would need to score at least 2 goals to... Well, brilliant save there by the goalie. Brilliant save. He was in position. And it was a very good kick indeed. Powerfully struck. And somehow he was in the position, the right position. And he managed to knock it out. Now, Highlights still trying to apply more pressure here. Highlights trying to apply more pressure here on the right flank. Being heavily marked. Taken off him now. And nicely worked there by Highlights again. Now Bath's trying to go forward too hard. But there's a man on the left flank for Bath. He's going to knock it out, I believe. That's what he's going to do. No, he falls over. He falls over. This could be dangerous. Oh, it's taken off him. So, Highlights. And Sally's saying nobody up there for Bath. She's saying what happened to her. Somebody should have been up there for the cross. So Shelley knows her football. She knows. So Shelley is correct. She's saying it's only a 2-1 lead. Not much. Anything could happen. And she wants her team to do better. She don't think it's a good enough lead. Let's have a close look at Alex Saxon. For the first time in ages, he seems a little agitated. He's actually clapping his hands a while ago. Yes, still clapping his hands. Alex Claxton, a little bit vocal tonight. And that means that the pressure and all is getting to him. So here goes now, Bath. Knocking it forward now on the left flank. Where is this going to land? Well, for the moment, it's cleared. And, well, I think that was. Number 10 not very happy with the call. But it's going to be a free kick for the Bath team. It's going to be a free kick for the Bath team. Assistant referee indicating now where the wall must be. And asking them to go back. So they have to go back. So, how is he going to handle it? He decides he's going to try the left footer. Has a close look. How is it going to be now? Well, they've made a substitution. They were calling for a substitution for quite a while for number 10. And he has been subbed. And so the crowd has put pressure on the bench for the Highlights team. That's interesting. Fresh legs on. Number 6 comes on. He decides, no, I'm not going to try the left footer. It's going to be the right footer. He goes flat. Not the best kick. Taken away nicely there by Highlights. And Highlights still pushing forward. Highlights still, well, stopped by Bath. Knocking it around now is Bath. Back with Highlights. On the left flank, headed there by Akbo. So quick exchanges, fast and furious. Tries to go wide of him. He does. And on the right flank, Highlights. Good kick. Great kick. Oh, but nobody there to take it home. Driven away nicely there, but still back with Highlights. Knocking it around nicely. Still on with the ball, Highlights. Can he drive from there? He needs some space. Looking for some space. He's still being heavily marked. He must release it. He does.
but Bath gets it and tries to shield it. Boom, knocks it out. Well, off the Highlights player. Lots of pressure being applied there. Highlights really wanted to finish it tonight. Bath is fighting. Bath is fighting. It could be a very interesting third game if it gets to that. Highlights don't want it to get to that. They want to finish it tonight. You can see what they're aiming for. They're really pushing hard tonight. Knocks it high. Anybody home? Where's the keeper? Will it bounce over his head? He's in control. That's pass. Turner jumping and grabbing onto it. Boots it out. Strong, powerful kick there. Gets a boot to it. Reaction a bit slow there by the Bath player. Knocking it around, but back with Highlights. And still. But his red boots, that looks like, well, trying to clear. Boom! That was a powerful kick, but he's still back with Bath. Man goes down, but he's in position. It's pass. That was a lovely kick. Pass Turner in position, intercepting well. No, under pressure now. Highlights going forward. Where's the goalie? He goes up and puts the knee in the air to protect himself. Not the very best of throws there, because here's Highlights applying pressure, but Bath still with it. Chips it nicely. Setting up a play here. Well. Chance going to begin. That was a Bath chance. Well.
That's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.